Hey guys, JH, welcome to practice tee. Oh, horrible practice tee today, horrible. Wind is just a nightmare, unbelievable. We really very rarely get any days without oppressive wind in this area. And if you want to do videos and that type of thing, it's just a nightmare, just a nightmare. Okay guys, carrying on with shift and drive. Just about got to the stage now where we've got a protocol for the process. This is not a golf swing, guys. This is a process that you can adapt to any golf swing. It's just a number of things that I used to do in my golf swing, but it was the process that made the swing. I never thought about the swing, I always thought about the process. The swing was a result of the process. And really that's the way you've really got to look at this stuff. Just checking that audio. You really got to look at it from that point of view, because if you start thinking about swing, you'll lose the process. And I'm very much a person that likes the detail relayed to my brain to relay to my body. Okay, so what is it, guys? Okay, we've got arms on the pecs, pockets of the elbows facing up. The reason the arms are on the pecs and putting pressure on the pecs is so that we can go away at the same rate with the arms and the body. So that's the first part of the process. Now we hunker down. I flare my feet out, and particularly my trail foot, because that just enables me to turn my hip more and get more loading across, more shift of the mass. Just allows me to do that. So get those feet flared out, a little bit like Charlie Chaplin for you older guys, just here and very old guys. Have the feet out like that, and that will help you with the through swing too, guys, because it just clears the hip a little bit better and takes a lot of pressure off your knees. Now the other thing is, then in the backswing, the shift is the shift, guys. This is not a turn, that's a turn. Got a fixed point behind the back of the head of the upper spine, and we normally turn around that. That's not this. This is actually shifting as a feel, shifting that upper spine, shifting the spine to here, as we would if we were going to throw something. We always load into here when we're going to throw something, anything. We always load into here. We don't do that and stay centered. We shift the mass. Okay, there's very good reason theoretically for keeping the back of the neck in place, because the radius becomes very, very measured, and you have a radius lock. Now people will say, JH, if you move the back of the neck here, the radius is going over here. Well, it's not, guys, because we're moving the mass back on the downswing. At least that's the way I've always felt it. I always felt that I had a lot of mobility in the golf swing, mobility in the body, a lot of freedom. You know, I was never ever really tied up in the golf swing in terms of feeling, tight and stilted. I always felt, get over here. And that's all I want to do in this golf swing, guys. Now the other thing that I had, and my buddy reiterated just the other day to me again, he said, JH, when you really had it going back in the old days and you really did hit the ball really well, that shift was a very gradual shift, and you got it over here and you almost paused at the top, which gave you a lot of time to hit the ball. And that's what he said. He said, I always liked the way you had a lot of time to hit the ball. Now guys, you can't have a lot of time to hit the ball if you swing back and get going on the downswing very, very quickly. You just don't have enough time. And that wind is going to blow the camera over. I can see it happening. It's about 50 k's, guys. It's just a nightmare. So I want to do this, guys. I want to feel this. That's what I want to feel. I don't do that, but that's my intentional feel. Now today, with this shirt on with these white stripes on the shoulders, I basically want to move that white stripe there on that lead shoulder to there. That's what I want to do in the golf swing. Normally I get it to here. I want to actually, and I used to get it to there. It used to be over my trail knee. Okay, I'm not as flexible as I used to be. But I can actually make that move. Look. I can do it. So I just have to, don't blow the camera over, please, 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 please. Now, so part of the protocol, guys, is that once we've had our shift, try and just hold it up here, even for a half count. Just shift, hold, drive. If you can shift, hold, and then drive, that's even better. I haven't had a hit, guys, and it's a hurricane here. Hurricane Hensby. Oh. So watch this, guys. Cold swing, been in the gym this morning. Monday's always a brutal day. So I'm going to get over here, hold it there a little bit. And there, guys. First swing of the day. Just came down. 5-iron here. And that is, I got to tell you, that is just ballistically straight. Yeah, JH, you can tell us that. Guys, it is. It's just crazy straight. Clouds today, you wouldn't see any ball flight today, even if we hit downrange. Just wouldn't see it. So watch this, guys. Watch this here. I'm going to exaggerate this. What I'm finding with the swing, guys, is I've got extraordinary height on the shots because I'm bending the shaft a lot. I'm just generating more speed, and the speed is just creating more spin with the impact, and I'm just getting higher flight. Doesn't affect it, even into that wind, just does not affect it. Come on, get that white stripe over, come on. You won't hear that impact today with all the wind, but that's squash city, guys. Absolutely squash city. Now, what my buddy said to me the other day was that he sees them as swing these days, which I never used to have. He said, JH used to have a very early set. Said you'd shift, but you'd start setting the club very early, getting that leverage angle. Whereas he said now you tend to take it away like that and then sort of drop load it. So I'm going to go back and try and get some early leverage angle in the backswing. Man, that gives you some hoot when you do get it. Come on, just shift it over there. Guys, that's the distance I used to hit the ball 35 years ago. And longer than that, maybe 38, 39, 40 years ago. Okay, today's golf clubs hit the ball further than those old ones, but the point I make is I've got back the same speed that I had back then, because the power that I'm developing is just tremendous. Come on. Now guys, that's 5-iron into the wind, and without any exaggeration, that's going, 4.5-iron distance. The ball velocity for the first 100 is just so high. Now what am I feeling on the downswing? Nothing. I'm just hanging onto the club. What I'm going to try and cultivate is taking any excessive starting of the golf swing in the downswing. I just want to let it basically drop for the first part and then drive. I haven't got my drive going as well yet as I want to. I want to get my drive there, so I get that trail knee past the lead knee. That was what my buddy said as well. He said, JH, you could crush a coconut in the old days between your knees. You used to get that trail leg across so much. I don't do that these days. Hip extensor flexibility is not as good as it used to be. But I did it in the practice swing there, so I'll get it in the golf swing. So when we drive, guys, the drive is with that trail foot. I just want to Same as we're going to throw, so what do? First, we get it here, then it always starts out of the ball of your trail foot. You get here and you start to drive. You never get here and throw like that, do you? You get here and you start to drive here. This knee leads and that foot drives. Here we go, come on, Jade. Guys, it's wedge height with a 5-iron. And we've never even hit wedges that high. And it's the old story. I remember Jack Nicklaus told us when the wind blew, he said, I never tried to hit the ball down. Still hit it up. See, because when you hit it really strong, it'll still go through the wind. He never tried to knock the ball down. He just never tried to do it. Audio okay? Yeah, it looks okay. So I'm going to get a bit more drive. Get that trail foot going, Jane. Come on, Jane. Get over into that trail. Come on. Look at this, guys, for an old guy. Woohoo! Probably a good way to end up in the traction ward. But I'm doing a fair bit of stuff, fair bit of rotation stuff, and a lot of, you know, leg raise stuff, you know, 120 degree, you know, leg raise stuff at the gym. So I've got some flexibility back in my hips. So windy, guys. Come on, watch this. Come on, get over there, Jace. Get over. And what's interesting, guys, even with that swing there, looking a bit ungainly because I'm concentrating on the drive, the ball flight's perfect. And the club is here when it finishes. It's not wrapping over. And it's not under wrapping. It's not over wrapping. It's always here, where it is at address. Okay, come on, Jace. Do a good one. Really big shift and hold. Not enough hold. Still went good. Little steep on that, but still went good. Come on, Jay. Nearly blew my hat off. The wind is just gusting, guys. Come on. Just want to get the drive going. Come on. Get it over there. So you got that trail shoulder around. Okay, looks a bit ungainly, but guys, I'm trying to shift the mass. I just want to get everything moving. Shift the mass, Jage. Look like old Gene Sarris is there. Just trying to get it over there. The harder I try and get it over there, as ungainly as it looks, the ball just goes like a bullet. Come on, big shift. Big shift and hold. Guys, it's probably 50 k's straight into us here. That's why I'm losing balance a little bit. I'm trying to hold the ball in the... It's not affecting it. Ball's going like a rocket. Here we go. Everything's happening. Everything's happening. So hard, these conditions, guys. It nearly blows you over on the backswing because as soon as you get into that side, it wants to blow you down there. Come on. Shift. Look at this, guy. Look at this. See the club's here. That's all I'm doing. I want to be ungainly. I want to move all over the place. But because I want to get the shift going and I want to get the drive going. They're just all in the same place up there, guys. 25-foot circle. Absolutely, Boy Scouts, honour. I'm not letting my left leg release enough on the backswing. Got to let that go. I haven't seen that flight for probably 35, nearly 40 years, guys. It's just I never used to hit it that high with the old blades, and the old big stiff heavy shafts. But these clubs are very strong in the loft, and they're going in flight. They look like they're two clubs higher in loft, because I'm really getting a lot of compression on the ball. Waiting for some guys. That's why I'm looking down there, guys. This wind is brutal. Okay, let's recap. Flare the feet out. Hunker down. Try and just get this shoulder over here. A little bit of pause, then drive. Drive. And once you drive, guys, keep going that way. Let your head go. Let everything go. Don't hold anything back. Let your head rotate everything. Now, I don't care if I'm losing my footing, because I'm driving. I'm trying to drive out of the ground as well. I'm driving up. I start down and then I drive up. Come on, Jace. That's as good as I can hit it, guys. Can't hit better than that. Not one of those shots has got offline. Not one. This wind is blowing all the seeds around. Oh. Look at the flag there, look. It's almost blowing off the flag stick. Come on, Jace. Get it over there. Just let the head move. Look at this, guys. And when I turn around, the club's here. Now, something else I'll tell you that I used to do, and actually Bryson DeCampo does it. I used to really, on the downswing, I used to really drive down with my shoulders and my lats. I was very strong in the lats, and I'm still strong in the lats today. But I used to drive down with my lats. Get here, drive down. We'll talk about that later on. But that gives you a lot of heavy loading on the golf club. Come on, Jace. Big shift. Look at this, guy. Look at that trail shoulder. If you can get that trail shoulder past your lead knee, you're driving. You're driving. Come on, Jace. I want to be ungainly because I want to get that weight shifting. Now when I drive down with my lats I get steep. I'm normally a sweeper, but there's a lot of compression on that shot, but I'm not normally that steep. But when I drive down my lats I get steep, which is okay for irons. Come on, Jay. Shift. The shift was perfect. The hold wasn't long enough. The hold definitely wasn't there. All that does is make you just get a little early, and you'll just get it maybe third or fourth groove. Still goes great in the wind. Takes a bit of spin off it. Come on, Jay. Big shift and hold. Like that. If you can hear that sound, guys. I'm hitting that. Am I hitting that hard? I'm smashing it. Absolutely hammer time. Come on. Big shift and hold. And drive. That's the best shot I've hit since I've been back on shift and drive. Oh, wow. I can't believe it, guys. It's higher than a wedge. These are going higher than I normally hit a wedge because I've just got a lot more velocity in the shot. It's the reason it's going high. But the distance is fantastic. Ball position, guys, I never worry about it, as I told you. Never worry about ball position. How do I get it? Arms are in front of my body here, and I just put I never do any of this, never do any, just put the club down, and then I just work the feet out and wherever it is. The club's in the middle of my body, so the ball ends up there. And it's always worked well for me. Come on, Jade. Big shift. It's just fantastic watching the shots, guys. They don't move. And the wind is head cross. They're getting up there, they run out of puff, they just bank to the right because the wind is taking them at the end of the flight. But just moving like a yard. Come on, Jade. Big shift. Wow. One more. Come on. Big shift and drive. Big shift, pause and drive. Oh. That felt like the face was going to cave in. And I'm a powder puff hitter, but I'm not anymore. And I wasn't when I was younger. Again, never started playing when I was 34, guys. Hogan won his first major when he was 34. Come on, the biggest shift in the world. Come on. Now, if you're going to have a big shift, you've got to have a big pause. Big shift, big pause. Come on. Wow. Okay, I'm looking ungainly because I'm trying to shift the weight, but the ball's going fantastically. Remember Gary Player? Gary Player looked like he was falling over. He used to hit at frozen rope straight. Big shift and hold. Alright guys, now I'm not trying to hold the load on the downswing. This one I'll just try and hold a bit of angle, but I haven't been trying to do that. I never normally do. Guys, that's another 15 on the fly when I hold that angle. I'm not someone that tries to hold the angles on the downswing, but I used to apparently. But that's almost 3-iron distance. That's crazy. Come on. That is 3-iron distance. Now you'll see see more loading on the downswing, but that's deliberate. I'm really trying to hold that back on the downswing. When I say hold it back, I'm just trying to do that. I normally don't try and do that. Come on. Shift. Wow. Okay guys, it's pretty awful. So I'll just kill this video here. But the general message is, flare the feet. Get the arms on top of the pecs. These up and keep them there. When we go backwards, we want to feel like we're throwing a ball up in the air like that. We don't want to take the club back and roll it. We just want to go like that. Just want to take it up. Keep it in line with your forearm. Here. That's what it feels like. Very much up. And try and get this over here. Over here. And then drive. And where does the drive start for me? Just starts out of my right foot. Okay, I'll really drive out of the right foot. Big one. Come on. Big shift. Okay, that's ungainly. And I'm not timing anywhere near as well as I want to. Every shot's the same though. Some might be a little third or fourth groove, but they're all the same flight. Okay, last shot, come on. Nice smooth one. Now, there's more clamp on that ball. I'm normally a sweeper, but that gives me a lot of clamp. Come on. Last shot. That's the best shot of the day. That's twice as high as I normally hit a wedge. Okay guys, I'm getting this protocol together. Another couple of practice sessions and I'll have it all down pat. While we're here, just let's smash a couple of drivers. Come on. You're warmed up, JH, come on. Hammer time. Watch this, guys. Just hit a couple of drivers. Big shift. Wow. Big shift. Good fun, guys. As I say, old guys trying to do that end up in the traction. Okay, last shot. Just hammer it, James. Come on. Big shift and a big pause. Look at this guy. I've never hit a driver that high ever. They're higher by 50, 60 feet than any driver I've ever hit. Ever. Just hit a couple. Come on, Church. Hit it. You're a bit pussy-like at the moment. Give it a hit. Big shift, big drive, big pause. Look like Arnold Palmer there, guys. Not worried about balance, I'm just hammering it. Going straight. Whew. Come on. Last shot. Big shift. Guys, if you can see that ball flight with that ungainly action, but that's because I'm shifting and driving really hard. What I'll do is I'll cultivate that and I'll get to the stage where it'll be like this. This is sort of a smoother-oo. It's where I want to be going forward. Some nice shift. That's where I want to be. You can't believe how far that's gone. Oh. And that feels very pussycat type, but that's just hammered. Come on. Big shift. See how smooth that is? That's how it's going to be going forward. Very hard to be smooth in this weather, but that's what it's going to be. That's just going the same distance as those all-out ones. Come on. They're smoother Ruskis, guys, Russian shots. They're just perfect golf shots. That's the tempo that I used to have. Come on. Alright, I'll put a super smooth one on it. That'll do us for the day. Here we go. Very ladylike. So I can swing smooth. I can swing smooth. It's just amazing how far that goes. Big shift. Okay guys, so windy, just impossible. Okay guys, as I say, give me another 3 sessions and I'll have a formalised program for you all. You'll just be able to sort of go bang, 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 3 or 4 things and away you go. But shift and drive is there, I'm back to it. I'm never going to go away from it. Why I ever went away from it before, beyond belief. Okay guys, before I get blown off the range, I might hit a couple. I'll see what it's like. I don't think you'll see any ball fly. If I decide to do, I'll hit a couple down range. Yeah, how good were they? They were just bullets, weren't they?